going to a guy's house. I was had a 73 Charger out. I stopped, started talking to him, and at first he's like some people, he didn't want a video taken. But then he got a hold of me after seeing my YouTube channel, my page, and seeing I was pretty serious at what I did. But I had I bought my first car, a 65 Ford, when I was 13 for 60 bucks, and I think it was December of 80. Then in March of 81, I bought a 70 Charger RT 440 for $125. You guys believe that? Somebody put a transmission in it and they messed up the linkage, and we fixed that. And I'd ride it around, you know. When Dad was at work in the summer times, I'd take it out the gravel road because he wouldn't let me take it too far and just get into it. I had a blast with that thing. But life happened, you know. I had it for about 3 years, and in March of 84, my brother got hit by a car and permanently disabled him for life. He was out in Children's Hospital from May to September. But we lived in an apartment. Dad had been divorced for years, and Mom's boyfriend was a drunk. That's all I can say about it. But he came up and got her car that she drove up there to Children's Hospital. And Ron McDonald's house was full at the time. He had to, you know, get in line to get in there. And so she was sleeping. She was sleeping in her car after he took that. She was sleeping on benches. And I sold both my cars to send her money, and Mom wanted me to help pay bills to keep a place for Sky when he came home. And I was a junior then. School let out. I worked in them youth programs they have for kids under 21. If you're low income, I worked for the highway department, swinging an axe, and I mean literally swinging an axe all the time. But anyway, I stopped and talked to him, and his dad owned that Charger up until 6-7 years ago. He's the one that bought it off me and owned it all them years. I think he bought it for the motor, but I remember seeing the car at that place 7 or 8 years ago. Same decals, same primer, nothing did a difference. You know, dent in the front bumper, everything the same. And I left notes and messages, and I never could get back with anybody. You know, I never couldn't find nobody when I knocked on the door. So I never got around to it. And here, you know, the next house over is where I stopped, and you know, I got talking to that guy about that car I seen, and you know, one thing led to another, and he got a hold of me. I'm coming out taking a video and talking about his dad that just died a few months ago and his projects he had, and he's got a couple 73 Chargers, an old Dart. I'm not sure the year. It's in the 60s, late 60s. I'll know when I get out there. But just bring you guys along on this story. Just thought I'd fill you in a little bit of it. So I'm curious to know what he put the motor in and who he sold the car to and everything else. We'll be there in a minute, guys. Yeah, we're just about a minute away from there, guys. He's a mopar lover by heart, man. He's got a lot of 80s diplomats and stuff like that around there that he's getting the motors out of. Seems like a real nice guy, and like I said, his dad just died 7 months ago. So, like at first, you know, he was like, I don't think I want him filmed, which is no big deal, you know. I get as much as that as I get people saying yes, unless they're not home. I do kind of sneak a peek in. But, you know, he looked at my channel. He said he looked at my channel, my page, and said, you know, come on out. He liked what I did, so, you know, he didn't know if it was just some guy wanting pictures to put up for sale and say it was his own or something, you know. I don't blame him. And his dad just died, you know, it's still fresh. I can tell by his way he acts, you know, he was close to his dad. as most of us are, no matter what. But I'm thinking it's just up around this corner. Man, we got a big storm last night. Power's out at my house. Live wire down just 2 or 3 trailers away. Yes, I live in a trailer, and an old one at that. But I tell you what, I'm a lot happier than I was 6 years ago, married, having a house, and twice the income. I'm out here with Wesley, a new buddy I just met. I was telling you how his dad owned my 70 Charger for almost 40 years after he sold it to me. This is one of his projects. He's got plenty. A 73 right here. What's this got in it?
Originally it was a 400. The guy I got it off of, he said his buddy put a 360 in it. I got the transmission pulled out. It's in pieces. It's 727.
Did it come with them big old wheels on the back?
No, those are off of my truck I had.
It's got some cool models up in here.
He had probably about 100 of those. They're scattered throughout.
So your dad owned that 70 Charger. I sold it to him in 84, and he owned it up until about what?
5, maybe 6 years ago.
Wow, that is so weird. And here I thought he took the engine out of it, and he never did. It was still the same car.
Yeah, everything is still on as far as I know. It's on it when he got it. I got it.
So this is the 360?
Yeah, I think it's out of a bigger car, like a Cordova or something. He said it was out of a truck. I'm just going off the carburetor. I haven't ran off numbers on the block or anything.
You got a nice garage. I like it. I like to have a garage of this size. Looks like somebody painted it up one time. They maybe been into it. Or a Craigslist rebuild, huh?
Oh,
that's what they call it when they're just painted up.
Yeah, I pulled that dipstick out. It looks like brand new oil. Transmission fluid look brand new.
These used to not bring the dollar, but they're starting to, ain't they? Because
yeah.
There's only so many 68, 69, 70s out there. And even the ratty ones, like we were talking about, are going for 40, you know, okay, it's unreal. So these have really came around. And I'd say that's the original color, isn't it? The yellow with the black stripe?
No, it's the F8 green right here.
Wonder if it had black stripes on it, too.
Underneath this paint, I started chipping away the Bondo they put in it and everything.
Is it like an SE or something? Do they have a thing to it, or is it just a 70 SE? Yeah, that's why. Because it had the...
it has opera windows.
Yeah, I like those, man. I like those. I'm trying to get good boot. I put this on 0.5, so it makes everything seem farther away, but it's still kind of hard to do.
Yeah, the quarter panels, they just about shot both sides. The floor, it's just about gone.
Yeah, I see that factory green.
That dash really isn't too awful bad compared to other ones I've seen. Door panels. The back seat looked like nobody's ever been in it.
Where was that building at your dad kept the Charger in all them years? Was it down Middleport?
Yeah.
That's where I thought he used to live, where Dad showed me?
Yeah, he had that big house next to it.
Well, shit, that trunk it's got a little spot I see over here, but it ain't that bad, is it?
There's all the trash.
It ain't bad. You can work with that.
Yeah, it's not better than that other one.
Yeah, a lot.
I got all the trim. It's all good.
I just love these back. My dad had a 73. It was blue with the half black line on top. That was cool. I love these tail lights. I do, man.
Yeah, I looked this one up for the other one. Just this piece, like $80, $90 for it.
Look at them big bad wheels on it. You got the rear end now. You just got that wheel setting up there, don't you?
Yeah, just taking up space.
Yeah, that's so cool. I just can't believe that he never did nothing to it, and he kept it. Didn't even pull the motor out like I thought. And it's still somewhere now, guys, but it's not for sale. It's one of those divorce things, huh? Or split up things. Yeah, this is cool, buddy.
Yeah, I pulled that cover off at 8 1/4. I was gonna rebuild it. It was brand new.
Now he thought I was just some guy probably trying to sell his Charger. First he's like, I don't really want a video. And then he texted me up and said, I checked your YouTube channel out, you know, like I was the real thing or something. Come and look at it. So you got what here? What year? Whoa, Willie. What year is these right here?
That one's an 88. He's the only owner of this truck, bought it brand new.
Oh, I was going to say the body looks
Got a
close on it.
360 in it, standard transmission, 4-wheel drive. This is a 93. But what I was told is it got rolled.
Is this a running one?
It's got the carburetor off. Well, it needs freeze.
Wow. Unless he passed it, that body is tight. That is nice. Oh no, that's a real lip, huh?
Yeah, that's all original on it. The only bad spot that I know of.
You got a windshield laying in the back for it, huh?
Yeah, it's trash. This one cracked all the way across. There's a dent on that side. Either he or somebody backed up into it and with a trailer. But overall, you know, it's
Little Z34. Is that what that is? Z34?
24.
24.
I don't know much.
Z20. Yeah, the 34. I can't see it.
See, his wife traded
Z34, I think, was the Lumina, and this was a Z24 or something like that. It's one, like you said.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a drag car back in the day.
This, yeah.
She traded a 78 Trans Am for this.
Oh,
He
really?
painted it up.
Hey, these cars, when they came out, people liked them. Because, you know, we didn't have, you know, everybody was trying, that's when the front wheel drive era was in. Now, this is an ex-cop car? Where did it come from here?
That's
Local?
out of Middleport.
This was a Middleport car?
Yep.
Huh.
Got everything on it.
If it was a little bit older, I might have rode in it one time. No, just kidding. Oh, I like the, don't mess with my engine.
Come out and hood be up and stuff you missed.
Yeah, that's bad. Like when I stop and take pictures, I never open doors or hoods and stuff when people ain't around. You know what? The body's pretty tight on this, isn't it?
You got this, when you make a left-hand turn,
Uh-huh.
to knock the gear shift out of drive. And I forget who the mayor was at the time. Hoffman, I think it was. But they wanted it to just be a parts car. They didn't want it back on the road. The other guy wanted it. He's going to fix it up, put it back on the road. He said, no, we ain't going to do that. That's how he ended up with it.
It's lower quarters and everything looks good. I had a 2001 Mustang V6, and we put the air and changed the exhaust and put a chip in it. That little V6 5-speed was a quick little one. 2000, 2001.
Them other ones are there. I don't have no complaints for them. I mean,
What we got here? 70, 71?
72 dark.
72.
Yeah, it's got 225 in it.
Oh, the big, mighty slant 6. Hey, they're not power horses, but man, they just go on forever, don't they?
Yeah, they say you can't kill them. I got
That's
the one that's dead. I rebuild the car.
Now, is that the factory collar?
Yeah.
That's a pretty collar.
Yeah,
How long you had this one? Or your dad had it?
He's had this since.
So you've had this been
80s.
decades. 80s, wow.
He had another one.
So it wasn't just the Charger he bought off me that he kept. When he got a car, if he liked it, he kept it, huh?
Yeah, before that building fell, he had a supposed to been a Plum Purple Crazy Challenger.
Yeah.
He ended up selling that and sold the two he had. And the next day, that's when the garage fell down.
You know, people always say, oh man, you know, they'll make fun of it, say, why is that car sitting there? He's going to fix it someday. I always thank the guy because he didn't crush it. You know, you had cash for clunkers and all that, and they kept it. And I always respect somebody because he means to fix it up. It's not like he's just leaving it for yard art, you know what I mean? They always mean, you know, I respect somebody not crushing a car.
In between work and life.
Yeah, it gets, well, you know.
This one's pretty solid.
Have you noticed out there where you go to, before you go to Rutland, up on the hill, all them Mercuries and Fords setting to the side? Before you go up to the hill to go into Rutland by the school?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I did a video on him a while back and talked to him. He's real sick and dying. Went out there yesterday, like 6 or 7 are gone already.
Okay.
And they have a dumpster up the house where they're throwing stuff in. I left another note because there's a dune buggy and a 66 Fairlane up on the hill I'd like to try to get. But yeah, somebody's already buying them or they're moving them. But his wife told me, or his daughter told me, that he worked 2 jobs all his life. And his idea was to keep buying them cars and build a building there where he could put them all in right down there on the flat ground and be like a little car museum. That was his dream. But he was real sick, and with what's going on lately, I'd probably say he's either gone or King was his last name. He was Fred Pretty's brother, Fred Pretty's wife was his sister, so it was Fred Pretty's brother-in-law.
I know he used to have, I think, barracudas, all kinds of stuff back in that back.
Yep, yeah. But he's mainly he's a poor guy, you can tell that, Ford and Mercury's. But he got rid of that 68 Montego MX, which is a rare car. You know, the MX is, that's like a GT to a Ford, rare car. It was gone. The 99 NASCAR truck was gone, which them are rare. Them Ford F-150 NASCAR trucks, they only made a few of them. Granada's gone, a couple Mustangs are gone.
See, I don't make my way out there too much. Last time I went through
Ape shit crazy. Did you put that on there? Yeah. That's when you drove it, right?
Yeah, well, it came off that other one. I swapped them.
You got a little wild in your days, didn't you?
The spoiler on
ape shit.
Ended up drilling holes in that one.
Yeah, it's bad enough being ape shit crazy, but when you put it on there to let people know you are, it's like, man, that guy's really ape shit crazy.
I'm a 19-year-old kid.
What else you want to show me without?
I'll show you the structure again. We had a 1970 Dart, the second one along with this one. We had it running and everything, open headers, and what was left of the windows, you could see vibrate. It's
okay, yeah. These kind of hid by the bush there.
This truck, it was sitting in front the last time it fell.
That's when the tree.
Yeah.
That's another Diplomat. Motor good in this?
He said he had it running. I bought it. I've never had it running or anything.
And that came down good, didn't it? Oh my. It did a number. It was more than one limb, wasn't it?
It was a whole building.
The whole this is what the tree came down the building and then the building came down on it?
No, the building just fell.
Okay, just fell. Man, it did come down right on it. Does it still got the drivetrain and everything in it?
Got everything still.
Hey, you know how roadkill is. You ought to get that thing around there and drive it like that. Put a windshield in it and drive.
Yeah, I think she'd bump out.
Have you seen Pole Barn Garage? It's a I think it's a 69 GTO. It's been all shot up. It was all shot up. There was this Mopar auction down in Texas a few months ago. Guy had all these Mopars, hundreds of them. He sold it. And he had this 69 Firebird. They would just shoot it up. And check out Pole Barn Garage. He took it, shot up everywhere, put a motor in it, a windshield in it, and driving that thing, the car shows. And it's worse than anything you've seen on Roadkill. But, I mean, you ought to check it out. It's a new channel, pretty new. I think he's going to the No Name Nationals. That's what I was telling you. Man, you could pick up 500 subs easy, man. You could bring one of your machines down there. Yeah. You don't have to drive. I'm just driving down there to be there. Now, this is a cool one. I like this old Ram truck. What's this, 78?
I think 78 to 77.
Yeah. Yeah, I always like these styles. I always like these. Still got the 360? Or would it be, no, it ain't 360, is it? Yeah, because there's sugar.
Yeah, I mean, good, about damn near perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you're getting as old as this.
Yeah, that's a cool car. Fender's good on this side. You can guess that door. I tell you what, people, the ratty look and the original look, for somebody that ain't got a lot of money to restore a car, it's great. You know what I mean? Like that 70 Riviera. I don't plan on restoring it. I'm just patching it up. Yeah, it's been sitting for a while. Back seat, really pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah, I had some guy offer me a 68 Dodge Dart and some cash for it.
Is that window tint? Just 8? Wow, it's weird because it lost its collar even. It's black collar. I've never seen window tint do that. I've never seen it that bad. That is first time. Tailgate, not bad on it. A little spot over.
It's pretty solid for, satin, being as old as this. Yeah.
Anything you want to show me, trucks and stuff? Like I said, we'll what we talked about, we'll make sure we don't hit on the house. He's like me, he don't want people. Oh, okay, got that there, huh? Dodge trucks. And so I like these old Dodge trucks. What year we got here? This is the early 80s?
84, I think.
84?
Bought this one and that frame there. I'll pull the motor out. It's sitting in here. I was going to build that for his blue truck. I got it painted and that's about as far as I got on it.
So he's had that blue truck for a while, probably?
No, I bought that probably 6 years ago.
Wow.
I used to drive that from Bidwell down.
You go keep this one?
Yeah, it's mainly just a parts truck.
Really? Front end of it, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's cute too.
Rockers. Huh. Floors. Damn, that's a good cab. I mean, you can tell it's been fixed before, but you could always fix it again or get another bed. That's a good cab.
Yeah,
Floors usually, man, the floors is usually 8 out on it. So you just buying it for the motor?
I bought it for
Parts,
motor, transmission, just whatever I need in the future.
I like the little. You should see these all the time. I have a, was it Honcho? What was that name they'd have down the side? A Power Wagon, wasn't it?
This is a
Jeep was Honcho.
Power wagon.
It was?
Huh?
This is a Power Wagon?
Yeah, this one is.
They used to, sometimes they'd say it down the side, remember? Have yellow wheels, they's red, they have a yellow pinstripe, and they'd have yellow, white spoke rims, some of them.
There's another one. It's like, I forget what it's called. You'll see it on the Facebook pages, though. That's a good grill.
Yeah, good grill. Now this side, compared to that side.
It's 383 in it.
Oh, I was going to say, it's 318. Huh, that's a good motor.
Yeah, I think
they're getting harder to get, the 383s. Yeah. Now, 318s, you can find them, but the 383s are getting hard. People are buying up motorhomes now to get the 440s and the 413s.
Yeah, I got 2 of them sitting over there. One's out of a Dodge Dart. I don't know what it originally came out of. And he used to drive this all the time. He put a final gear and just blew power.
I love them way that says the Power Wagon on the hood.
This one's an
the old Ram Charger emblem on it.
Yeah, that's my favorite hood, that bird bath hood.
Yeah. Yeah, this truck's pretty straight.
This was power windows. I looked up the price of the new gears and everything. It's too much. I ended up putting manual windows in it.
But it's not bad. And you can tell it ain't been like, they ain't beat it down with a lot of heavy stuff, man. Usually they're beat down.
I took a load of wood up the big guy. I tried about the heaviest thing I put in it.
Let me go on this side of it so I don't. Got another diplomat, huh?
Yeah, that one's an 84.
Man, you got all kind. You got, is that gold one over there a cop car?
No, it's salon.
I just thought maybe it was because I've seen state police that collar. Undercut, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I drove this.
Well, you got all kind of 318 motors around here, don't you? 360s.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yeah, that's one thing they did about their interior. They made them plush, didn't they?
Yeah, I got it off. He's got the electric windows on all of them, and this one's hand crank.
Yeah.
I drove this for a little bit. Wow,
No. They made these in a 2-door, didn't they? I thought they did. I had a 2-door Diplomat for just a few months and drove it back in the late 90s. Ah, you are.
He's got, well, Dad took the top off.
So you're a Charger, a Mopar guy, and a Mustang guy, I see, right?
I only got the Mustangs, so I got them cheap.
Oh, okay.
I had a.
They are cheap. I mean, right now, them models. Oh, this is a 383?
No, this is 318 also.
318?
Yeah, it's silver Mustang there. I had to put a new transmission in it.
I thought that was a nest, but that's where it's fell down. And you got all kind of projects, don't you? It's like, what do I start on, huh?
That's the problem. I don't know which one to get in.
I got a 78 Scottsdale. It's sit since 96. Supposedly has 44,000 miles. It was the original owner. I bought it. His son sold it. I've got all kind of receipts where he got repainted and everything up till 94 when he died. But I got it running and everything. It's got some rust, but not major. The inside of the bed's good. The frame's good. Just the usual cab corners. The rockers are good, surprisingly. A little bit of rust in the bed and a little bit over 1/4, but I got it for sale. I thought about trying to raffle it off on YouTube, but that shit ain't as easy as, there's all kind of rules. So I was gonna make up, you could be a lifetime member in my club for $20, and then after I get 150 members, I'll give it off. Because I had quite a few people say they'd buy 4 or 5 tickets, so I still like to do it, because that way I could get 3 out of it. Selling it, I'm probably gonna go get 22 out of it, the high end. But they are up now, square body. Oh yeah, 78 Scottsdale.
Me and Dad put dual exhaust on this probably about 15 years ago.
So this was the driver, huh?
Yeah, well,
You guys primer it and stuff?
Yeah, she.
Me and Dad was good into painting cars. It's rattle can.
Yeah.
Now this, does it have a motor in it?
Yeah, it's 318 also.
You ain't got to pop up the hood. I was just checking it out.
Yeah, I got all that junk in it. Down.
That's here we're at another diplomat. We was talking about my 70 Charger, where it ended up. Its windows are down in it, and it's just like his dad kept it in a building up until right before he got rid of it. It's kind of a sad thing, but it's weird that it never went nowhere. It went to you, then her. I mean, your dad, then her, in 38 years. We got another diplomat here. He likes these things. You get them cheap, and the motors are, you know, motors are good in them. But this made me think it was a. I've seen this kind of collar in state police, Ohio State Police cars back in the day. My dad had a 76, which is a little bit longer, you know, and had the 440 in it, and it was a collar like this, and it was an undercover car.
I like getting one of them two-door ones. I like them.
Yeah, you don't see as much. I had a maroon one. I only had it for a couple months. I traded a 73 Cadillac for it. It was down at the time.
Diplomat Guardian sitting in there. He's been in there probably about 10 years.
So your dad, he just died 7 months ago, but he was a car man all his life, I take it.
Yeah, he worked.
Was he a mopar man all his life? Was that his main thing, mopar?
Yeah, he worked at Two Rivers and Point Pleasant, Lincoln, or Ford Road down here in Middleport. Muffler man when we living up in Albany area. And I want to say Pat Hill Ford, I think it was.
That's cool that he, you know, he's into them cars. All it's, you know, like everybody has a dream of fixing them up, and he did get some fixed up, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a.
You know, you do so many, money and everything else.
A Roadrunner, I think it was. I think Sid Little of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Did it for him.
I know who you're talking about.
There's one photo of it that has the flames down the side of it.
Yeah.
You know, back then you couldn't just take photos of anything you wanted, you know, without paying to have it developed and everything.
I just think it's weird, you know, I stopped and, you know, first car here lately since I started a YouTube channel 8 months ago, I've been really into like, wonder what happened to that, wonder what happened to it. Now knowing where it's at, you know, even though it's not, you know, at least it didn't, that motor, I'm sure it could still be rebuilt. That was like your dad said when he drove it home, that what couldn't keep up with him, your mom in a 68 Camaro.
It was a Camaro, I think 70 Camaro.
Oh yeah,
70s.
Couldn't keep up with him or something you were saying? Yeah, I knew that. I played with it on the gravel road sideways all the time. It's one I didn't ditch it. And Dad come back, did you drive that? Yeah, Dad, I just moved around the yard because I was 13, 14, you know. And he let me drive it in the yard and down the little street there, but he didn't want me to take it out. And I remember one time taking it all the back roads, clear up to New Haven, you know, to see my friend's house, you know. I might have been 15 then. But it didn't have no plate, not even old plates on it, you know. I was dying to drive that thing. And then, like I said, got 16, lost my license within a month for 6 months. Put that off till June, and then that happened in May. And, you know, cars are great and stuff, but when it comes to something like that, you know, I mean, it was my mom, my brother, I had to sell. And then later on, you know, my grandpa got like a settlement there around December that year, and he bought me and Mom a little 79 Mustang, which in 84, you know, pretty new car, you know, the trunk kind, you know what I mean, without the hatch. I like those.
Yeah, coops.
This train's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I pulled the motor out.
That's in the 73?
No, it's set in front of that Horizon.
Oh, okay.
That's where they hit it, totaled it out.
That was a total, huh? Yeah.
That's the only thing it did to it. It said a Honda Accord was going 25 miles an hour and pushed it up, you know, about 20 foot. And, you know, cops believe that. And
well, I appreciate you letting me come out here and video these. Some old guy knocking on your door, some funny guy telling you the story of his life about a car. It's just weird when we got talking, and I was like, you know, the trailer wasn't here then, you know, and I don't even know if that building was there then, was it? And I just seen that Charger there, and I had to ask, you know, when you started saying it was your dad's stuff, I thought, well, wonder, maybe he did. I could never believe that he owned it. Really, you know, he died, and it's, you know how it is now, it still never went out of the family, did it? It's weird. Well, you don't call them family, do you? Yeah, I know how that is.
This is the first one I had that I actually drove. I had the motor out for about 6 years. I finally put it in. And me and my buddies down in the marina down in Middleport, goofing around. And so, well, there's some mud over there.
That's what happened to the back quarter.
No, that was like that one.
Oh.
But went over a little bit too far, got stuck up on the hill in the mud. And I had him drive back to my house. When we stopped at the car wash, I had him spray me. I was filming me. I didn't want my dad knowing, I was doing dumb shit.
You want to tell me about your first car here?
Yeah,
What year is that now?
It's a 1980.
80. Is that the first year they came out to Horizon?
I'm not sure.
Is it, what was the name they had? 2+2 or what was it they had? Something.
Sure.
Maybe that's not it.
This is like the Turismo, and then you had the Shelby Charger, and then
yeah,
like
yeah.
Daytona.
How long have you owned this? Since when?
He's had this since early 2000s at least. I painted that dash at night.
So you've had it 20. This was the car that you, first car, but you never had it.
Had it started, never got it.
Never actually, like my Charger, never had it legal or whatever. I did have mine on the road illegally though.
Yeah, he said the.
I like these cars when they came out, the little Chargers, because you had to. At the time, you only had so much to work with, you know what I mean? And them with sporty cars in at the time, you know. I drove an orange and a black stripe one. A buddy let me borrow it for a day. And it was a standard. And it was peppy, you know, peppy for a little car. I think I had a Chevette at the time, so it was really peppy. I had a Chevette automatic, so it was peppy compared to that.
This is
so it's
1.7 in this.
1.7. It's solid, isn't it? Is the other side that solid?
Yeah. It even has a fender on this side.
Yeah, I see.
I had the fender.
Huh.
And,
I don't care what it is. Your first car, you always have a... And then you still got it 20 years later, and it's something your dad had. I think that's cool. Now, did it come with that scoop?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what made me think that the ones that were sporty like that, they had a... something they call... Yeah, that scoop looks big enough to be on a big old Plymouth or something from the 60s, and it takes up half the hood.
Yeah, I've looked it up. Factory specs. I think it's like 70 or 90 horsepower from the factory, running how it should.
That's like at 78 Scottsdale. It just had over, by 78, they was down to a little over 200 horsepower. Yeah. That 70 Buick, it just came out with the 455 and 70 and had the 370 horse. And they even say it has more, that they downed it because of insurance, you know, ratings. But by 73, it was only 70, 71, 72, they was down the horsepower in it. So you think about it, you know, there was just a couple years there, you know, to have big horsepower, and then everything started, you know, 73, the gas shortage changed everything. We started having the bumpers with shocks on them and everything else. Now this is out of what, the truck? That frame out there? Now where are you planning on doing with this?
I was planning on finishing it up and putting that blue one. I want to get the truck painted this year, and it ain't going to happen anytime soon.
Just a little bit at a time, you know. That's what I try to do. I ain't got a garage. I'm working outside in the heat, no shade trees. So, you know, I do what I can. I got a bad, you know, a hip and a back. I'm off work because of that. I messed up my back real bad. Bottom 3 discs, chipped my hip, heart disease, you know. So I do what I can. I think I get around pretty good for all that. But, yeah, I know what you mean. But you got a nice setup here. I like your setup. I like your setup.
Yeah, that's for that one a little too much. But if I use
that's your factory color you're going with? That's the factory color, guys.
Rust-Oleum.
Yeah.
Bare metal primer, whatever it's called. And it's silver, like silver metallic. And if you spray it real light on it, look real good. Well, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Now it's too purple.
You know the thing about where Justin works at Rust-Oleum? He brings in his receipts once a month. For anything Rust-Oleum sells, he get 80% off of it. Oh, really? I told him everything we paint, man, is going to be Rust-Oleum because, you know, 80% off. And I guess they make other products besides paint. But that's one of his benefits. I was like, that's unreal, you know. Anything you go to the dollar store and pick up a can, bring that receipt in, they'll give you 80% off that Rust-Oleum product. They run the codes, you know.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I use that Rust-Oleum 2-in-1.
It's good paint besides that. And it's not expensive. Yeah, I see that green coming out on this.
So I used this one rear end, and I read reviews on it, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if I was going to use this. Or
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
They's bitching about being watery.
There's a triple. It's called triple flat black. It's like, how can I explain it? It's a flat black, but it's more than the matte black. It's like a deeper. It's hard to explain it, but you have to check out triple flat black. I'm sure it's been around for a while, but I just came onto it.
So I was watching a video on Facebook. There's this black, like it just takes all the light, like no reflection at all, and they painted a car with it. And where no light was coming off of it, like you could not see what's there. It's you can't even buy it. It's at I forget what it's called. It's like looking through that fender. I mean,
You ought to run them big mutters on it when you get it going. Hey guys, I'm gonna sign out here. Hope you enjoyed these cars. A little story about my first car. Keep being you guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that and got something out of that. When his dad died, his mom got 4 Chargers, and she's with a new man. But he tells me it's not in a building no more. It's sitting with the windows down for the last 6-7 years. The weird thing is, that guy bought it off me in '84 for the motor. He never took the motor out, never licensed it, never drove it, except for the trip when he drove it from where he bought it from my house, dad's house to his. It's weird after wanting to know what happened to that car all these years to find out I'm the last one that drove it on the road, even though it was illegal and I wasn't 16 at the time. Excuse me, guys. It's a touchy situation he didn't want to touch about, you know, so I didn't push where the car is right now. I know it's not too far from here. Yeah, I am going to try to check in, you know, with him back later on and see something about it. But he's got some pictures he's going to send me. So I put pictures up on. You can see how it didn't look no different than when I had it 30 years before. So I hope you guys appreciated this video, got something out of it. As always, I appreciate you guys. I don't ever ask, but once in a while I do. Help me out. Like, share, comment. Put it on your Facebook post. Start putting my videos on your Facebook page, you know. People might like it and share them. I'm really, as I get close to 1,000 subscribers, which will make me monetize, YouTube will monetize me, like a little over 200 away. I really like to get there quicker than later. Well, I'm headed back home. Hopefully they got the live wire that's been down from the electric storm. Thunderstorm last night. Live wire's been down since 10 o'clock last night, and they just put yellow tape up around it. What a dangerous thing. I don't know. Does the fire department always do that? Just leave if the electric truck ain't there? Leave a live wire down, just put live tape around, or is it because I live in a mobile home? You guys rock. As I always say, it'd be a boring world if we was all the same. Keep being you.